and we are at the Driven show in the Grant McEwen Underground parking lot. I am super excited to be here. We've got such a wicked array of cars. Whether we're talking about Asian cars, we've got a wicked array of European cars. We also have some really nice domestic cars here as well. Everything is super cool. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to show you everything that is here today, and I hope we all have a great time. So we are here at Driven still. The show is on full swing and we have so many spectators here. There are so many cars, and I thought I would just take you through a walk around just so you can kind of see what we're looking at here today and what you can expect to see at a show like Driven here. So if you want to just follow me, we'll go walk around and look at some cars. There's a lot of stuff here this year. We have a lot of reoccurring cars that I do recognize from last year, but there's a lot of new stuff here this year. Like every car show, everything is always changing up constantly, so it's a really cool atmosphere. Now that is really cool. There's so much custom work here, so much stuff that we've never really seen before, what you're able to do with your car. It is super cool. I'm so excited about this show. This car I do recognize. As far as I understand, he is from the Edmonton area. He is a local guy. One thing that really stands out to me is the wrap and all the cool stuff. The interior of the car is almost cooler than the exterior. Let's have a look. One thing that does really stand out that I haven't really seen any other car like it at the show here, he has set it up so there are two screens, and he does have a functioning N64 in his car, which is so cool. We also do have some exotics here. There is a Lamborghini Aventador right behind me. There's a Lamborghini Huracan, and then there's also a McLaren hiding here as well. So there's a huge mix of everything at this show. Another thing that is super cool about Driven, there are even a couple minivans that have been done up enough to make it into the show here. That's a Toyota Sienna, I believe it was before. I don't even know what you would call it now, because this thing does not look like a Toyota Sienna to me at all. If we want to get into my personal favorite, I think my favorite car that I've seen so far this year at Driven is going to be this R35 Nissan Gtr. This thing is so low to the ground, I don't even know how they got it in here. But the paint job, the wide body kit on it, and also the light show is pretty cool. I love this car. I know these cars are probably going to look familiar to a lot of people. We got a good array of a lot of different Fast and the Furious cars here today as well. Super cool. We also do have some pretty familiar cars here as well. These guys are owned by Blue Line Racing, which is a really big friend of JB's. They help us out with a lot of our track events and things like that. So if you've ever been to Castrol on Friday nights, I'm pretty sure you'll recognize these cars as well. Now this is probably starting to look a little bit biased because I do own a Genesis myself, but this car always makes me stop. I absolutely love the paint job on this car. The wheels are something else too. The deep dish to them just really gives it a really clean look. I love this car. If you're somebody that isn't quite as into the import scene as others, there are still some domestics here at Driven. I found a Chevy Camaro, and there's also an older GMC square body truck sitting right beside it, looking really nice. Now There are so many super clean paint jobs here at Driven today. This thing does kind of stand out like a sore thumb, but again, this thing is so cool. All the neatness is under the hood on this thing. It is absolutely one of the coolest cars I've driven here today. One thing I did want to show you guys in this video is all the vehicles that we brought with JBs to the Driven show. We got 5 of them here today, and I'll just give you a brief overview of what each of them are. This one here is one of our staff vehicles. He works on the Dick's Performance wholesale side, but this is a 2006 Mustang. He has revamped the Ford 5-liter Coyote in there and made it his own. The car is fully roll caged, and it's definitely one of a kind. Another car that we brought with us today is actually a friend of staff. This is a 1991 Acura Nsx. Not too many of them around, and it is super, super cool. Another one of the cars that we brought here with us today, this is owned by the same people that do own the Nsx. This is a Geo Storm. This guy has a 540 big block in it with a 871 wind blower, and it's not much of a Geo anymore if you ask me. Another car that we brought here with us today is a 2016 Ford Focus RS. This is owned by one of our store managers at the Northside store, kind of our JB's representation vehicle. Still pretty cool. Another car that we brought with us here today is a 2017 Ford Mustang. This thing is called the Turbo Pony, and this thing is friggin' sweet. This car I think is super, super unique, not just because of the paint job, but because of the concept. I'm really into the whole Save the Beast thing, but I also love the honeycomb paint job as well as all the little neochrome accents that they have throughout the car. This thing looks really cool. Another one of the lowest cars here, I think, is going to be this BMW. There's literally no gap. That is fantastic. This here is one of the coolest and the cleanest air ride setups that I've seen in a long time. Just peeking in this guy's trunk here, he's got a full tank in there as well as 2 Viair compressors, and it doesn't even obstruct the amount of space that he needs to run his 2 10-inch subs that he's got mounted in there as well. This thing looks really, really good and really well done. Thanks for watching our video here today, guys. I had a really good time at Driven, and I really hope that you did too. To close off our video, we're gonna go and take some footage of all the cars rolling out, and this is awesome.